no, 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 no. Okay, I think we are almost ready. Okay, so that one worked. There's gonna be latency. That's just the way it is. This might be the first time after Facebook almost there. Everything will be working as there's always something. But we'll work around it. Let's get the camera up and running, yeah. Alright, hey guys, welcome to the goddamn stream. It's been a while. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Oh, it resized that. Goddamn window. Keep my windows the size I make them, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are still playing Imperium. Project Dark Death Cube is proceeding with extreme complicated slowness. We've been playing a lot of off stream lately, cause yeah, honestly, it's not really that interesting. We're just hanging out. But I thought it was time to show you guys the progress. So yeah, because a lot has happened since last time. Should probably check just real quick. Let me just there we go. Because I don't remember what we did last time. Oh wait, was that all the way back on the other planet? I think we didn't we do a stream on the other planet? Or the new planet, I mean, the swampy planet. Videos. Yeah, because part 5 wasn't over there. I don't know. Maybe YouTube died or something. Just like one image of the Death Cube. Yeah, because this is our new base, this wooden one. We huh. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we started a dedicated server, and therefore we picked a new world or a new planet to start on, just because, hey, let's do that. It might be fun. And yeah, not just to repeat the same thing over and over again. So we found a nice swamp planet, and we're totally established there now. Everyone has been building ships and bases and yada yada yada, and it's been going really well. The work on the Death Cube is definitely going well, and I'll show you that in a second. Let me just close it. Open Steam. There's no reason to have that shit running in the background. We don't have to watch the stream because we're right here. Okay. Just trying to match it with the window up there, so it's kind of even. But yeah, looks like the camera is okay. But yeah, before we get into the games and all that, we do need to. How do you say? I just want to make a little toast because not that long ago, yeah, it's a while. I think it's a couple of weeks now, but it's because I haven't been streaming. We lost one of our good friends, as you can see out in the. I can't see myself. Hang on. Up the picture up there in the corner. We lost one of our good friends called Klaus Weiergang, and he was a great man. And I'm just gonna do a little celebration of him real quick. Let's find another picture. But yeah, I just jumped into live today. Didn't have time to really prepare much. I just got. Why is that screen like glitching? Stop that. Scares me. Had a picture here from when he was young. Thought I'd put that up on the screen. Because it's a pretty badass picture. And he was a fucking badass guy. There we go. That should do it. Oh, wait. Well, paused for some reason. Anyway, we got sound, we got picture. Yeah, I think we're good to go. But yeah, this guy was a Danish metal guitar player. Fucking legend. Holy shit, he was so great. Last time I spoke to him, he was still playing in a Judas Priest cover band. They used to play the shit out of all their songs in the studio, and sometimes we were jamming and hanging out, smoking weed and getting drunk on beer and whatnot. And yeah, he was really a really great guy, fucking legendary guy. Klaus also did some television, like some local TV station that got kind of famous in the metal underground world, the Danish underground. And yeah, he will always be remembered for that. And yeah, he accomplished many things that maybe other people don't really care about. I'm just gonna take a little celebratory shot here. But yeah, he was one of those guys, you know, that just spreads love and happiness everywhere around him. Even though he didn't take any fucking bullshit, and he was never afraid of speaking his mind. You know the type, a real motherfucking good guy. But yeah, Klaus, this one is for you. See you on the other side. And yeah, yeah, he was the kind of we used to play metal or music in the same like this big building, this old building. I think they converted into small rooms, and then everyone could like rent a little studio for their bands. We shared ours with another band, and then one day we just run into him, and he's like, "Hey, come up and have some drinks, and we'll party and play some music." And yeah, you can probably imagine the rest. But yeah, what a great fucking guy. He will be so missed by so many people. And right before he died, he was posting a lot on Facebook because he just, I think, I don't know exactly when, maybe 6 months ago or a year ago, he moved to the Philippines and was building like a little bar resort thing. I would imagine probably he also wanted some music stuff in there, maybe a little spa and a stage, and but yeah, everything was built from the ground up, and he also had some animals. I think he rescued some dogs and stuff like that over there. And yeah, sadly, he was out riding his bicycle one day, his motorcycle, and he got in an accident and he fucking died. What a fucking waste. But yeah, I guess you could say he stayed fucking rock and roll to the end, doing what he loves. So at least there's that. But yeah, let's take another shot and then let's get into the actual stream. But yeah, you were loved, man, while you were among us, Klaus. And we will remember you as one of the big ones. Because he touched a lot of lives. He definitely did. I played metal for, I don't know, fucking 20 years or something. And yeah, this guy, oh my god. He was one of those guys that us young punks back in the day used to look up to. He was. I think he was born in like the late 60s or something. So yeah, he was a little bit older than me. But yeah, he didn't give a fuck about that. He loved everyone as long as you just spoke your piece and yeah, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I hope you're doing up great up there in heaven or hell, wherever the fuck ever you are, man. We already miss you. Rest in peace, brother. Okay, there was a couple of updates. I think it was a Dark Tide update. Yeah, let's see if we can go on the server. On our new fancy Empyrean server. And of course now I fucking wish. I wish I had taken like just some video or something from the studio. Just us like smoking some weed, drinking some whiskey, fucking headbanging to breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. I am the painkiller. But yeah, I know his family or whoever runs his Facebook right now. I think they're just gonna leave everything up. So yeah, maybe there's something on that page, some something to remember him by. Uh, uh, let's see if the game wants to start. It's fixed. But yeah, it's a shame. We lose a lot of good fucking people. Days. It's a fucking shame. But that's life. You know how it is. Change is over. Looks like first one. 8. And yeah, let's see. Let's try to get into it here. The Death Cube. I finished the entire first layer, I guess you could say. The general idea is to build. If you imagine a die, like a six-sided die, and then you have 27 on those, so it makes up one giant die. So a layer of 9, a layer of 9, and a layer of 9. That's like the general design of the Death Cube. And I made the top layer of that cube. Um, then I've tried to put in some of the important stuff, some of the like this stuff over here. This is not the Death Cube right here. This is our shared base. But this is some medical gear. All the things that basically all the things we have here. Constructors. Yeah, we moved the fridge that was over there. The constructor. The garden. Oh, the garden. Oh yeah, the garden has moved. Yeah. So I don't know. This looks like a waiting room or something. Casting couch. Showers, toilet, storage, all that stuff. And yeah, here we are. This is the current state of the Death Cube. So we have 1, 2, 3 that way, 1, 2, 3 that way, and of course in the back too. So that's like the top layer, I imagine, of the Death Cube. So we're gonna need 3 more of these layers on top of each other. And this is gonna be the top one with the bridge up here in the middle. And yeah, let me just see how I'll go up to the top. And we have the core here. Let me just turn the power on. Oh, there's not that much fuel. See if we can we find some fuel. Yeah, there's a little bit there. I should do it. We're not really running that much right now, so I don't think we need that much. And yeah, most of these rooms that I made with things in and like this is just storage space. That's most of these rooms are probably going to be moved around later. An engine room, there's another engine room on the other side. Because we're gonna need a shit ton of generators to run this big ass. Oh wait, why didn't that open? Oh well. Don't need weapons, we don't have any of those. So let's just run. I'm not exactly sure what the difference between lights and signals are, but yeah, we're probably gonna have at least 2 engine rooms. And this is just more storage. I'm just trying to build in everything we need. Because there's gonna be so many rooms and so many floors, it's gonna get a little crazy. Here in the middle of the cube, I want to make like a elevator that goes all the way from the from the bottom to the top, basically. So it's easy to. You can always just like go to the middle of the cube, and then you can get to everywhere from there. Come on. There we go. Oh, I thought that was the bridge. That is not the bridge. This is the bridge. Yeah, okay, so here we are at the bridge. So our main base is down here, where we just came from. The little ladder there. Staircase. And yeah, all of this is probably gonna be changed around. I haven't really put much time into interior decorations yet. That's gonna come later. Also, we need some colors on the walls. We need maybe some pipes here and there. Make it look a little more sci-fi. You know, I made like the little red light, sexy room in here for me. I'm probably gonna move all this. The cloning chamber for spawning. But yeah, all these other things are just cosmetic. Okay, somebody has been busy. I imagine it's probably Black Jesus. He likes to color things in fucked up colors. Last time everything was grey, last time I was here, but yeah. Now it looks like it's ready for some kindergarten class to come in and draw fucked up pictures of elephants and, I don't know, bunnies. But that's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, Arch built a badass sci-fi parking lot over there in the back with a lot of these little platforms. Maybe we'll go there in a second. I can show you. Some of his ships looks really good. This is just an empty room. Because we're gonna have 27 of these squares, and each square has 2 floors. So let's see, that's 3, so we're gonna have 6, basically 6 floors. And there's gonna be, what's that? Can't fucking, my brain's not working. I'm just gonna grab a calculator because I'm crazy. But yeah, 27 times 2, we're gonna have, is that true? Yeah, we're gonna have 54 rooms. Which is fucking insane. Let's go on the top. So yeah, there's gonna be plenty of space. But there's also some of the things, some of the, the, whatever you call it, the placeables, that are gonna need more room than others. Like, the storage is gonna need a lot of room. The engines are also, there's also a weight factor. So I'm thinking we at least have engine room on each side to counterbalance it. I don't know about warp drives. We haven't gotten into that at all yet, so I don't know anything about that. But I imagine we probably need a separate room for that too. Maybe it weighs a lot. We're gonna need some gravity machines. We're also gonna need ventilation, so we have air, because this is a base, a capital vessel. So we're gonna take this to space, and then it's gonna act like a space station would. And then there's the whole docking bay situation. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do that, but the plan is to build, of course, a docking bay maybe down at the bottom, where people can park their ships and their hovercraft and their small vessels, stuff like that. And since, at least for now, there's not really anything on top of the cube, I was thinking maybe we could just turn it into a parking lot. That might change later. I don't remember if we can actually have solar panels on a capital vessel. Otherwise, that of course would be a good place to just put some fucking solar panels up here. But for now, it's a pretty easy, handy place to park your spaceship, and then you can just jump right down here in the death cube from a little hatch. So this is like the status quo or status of where we are. So this little thing is also probably gonna be removed because I want to make like a room like this, but it's gonna be 4 floors below this, where there's an actual main entrance with a cool airlock, and yeah, you know, just like the movie, something badass with a big ass airlock. This is just temporary, because there's gonna be 2 more of these layers below us. But yeah, we need a few things. We need air ventilation and air of O2. And then we need maybe a couple more thrusters under here just to get it to space. But yeah, that's about it. That's all we really need right now. Before I take it to space, we also need to think about yeah, materials, because we do have room for a lot of materials. But for now, it's been fucking amazing to have like a shared base where everyone just shares their materials. So yeah, there's a lot to think about in this game. These are some of Arch's designs. They're really cool. Guns there. He made some really cool spaceships. My designs have been a little more primitive, a little more simplistic. But this actually looks like a spaceship. That's a passenger seat in there. Arc 1. And I personally like this one a little better. It's like a fat little chunky spaceship. Very cool. Especially this back end. Opens by itself, and you can actually walk in here, take a seat, and yeah. I think this is probably his second design. This is a little more thought through. But yeah, very nice design. Arch 2. Great fucking design, and everything is very compact and built into the walls, and yeah, I think he put a lot of thought into that. Thrusters hidden everywhere, like here, thruster right behind the gun. That's probably not safe, but hey. not a lot of wasted space in this design. And let's go check my my small craft. Oh, here it is. And the general concept of this was a garbage truck. That was like my concept. And I've changed it a little here and there. I had to extend the cargo space and added this drill later, and we also needed cargo space for the drill, so whenever we drill we can connect with Wi-Fi and it just goes into a box automatically, which is very nice. Oh yeah, I wanted to change this. I forgot what it was I wanted to write. What the fuck was it? We were playing last night and I came up with a better idea, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, this is basically gonna be used for gathering resources and moving resources back and forth. So, like a truck. Check, check. Just checking everything. It's been a while since we've been streaming. But yeah, I haven't talked to any of the other guys yet, so I don't actually know if they're coming on, but I'm hoping maybe one of them will jump on. But yeah, today the plan is to get a little more familiar with the ventilation system, because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And yeah, I watched a little YouTube video. It didn't like I watched the YouTube video. It didn't really answer all of my questions, but at least I got a better general idea of how it works. Seems to be pretty simple. You need, I think I wrote it down here, yeah. We need an O2 tank, we need a generator, we need, what the fuck did I write? I need a right generator too. But yeah, we need an O2 tank for the air itself, we need a generator for power, then we need a ventilator to carry it around, and then of course we need air itself and fuel for the generator. And yeah, how can you explain? Right now, over in the Death Cube, all rooms are sealed shut, basically, by a airtight door. So if we added, let's say, O2 in the engine room, it would only be in the engine room. So that's not gonna work. The second thing we can do is remove all the airtight doors, and then it should circulate the whole ship. But I'm not sure we want that. I kind of like those doors. So what I was thinking is that maybe I can make a generator, no wait, a ventilator, and then put it up maybe in the corner of the room. So if all rooms have a little ventilator in one of the corners, I'm guessing it should circulate the air in the whole ship, in the entire ship. But yeah, that's one of the questions I didn't get that answer from the video I watched. But it seems like as long as everything is built by airtight blocks around it, so the entire like O2 airflow is concealed within a confined airtight space. But there's within that space, there's access to everything. It should work. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do some tests and stuff. The other side of all that is that the ship itself also has some O2 tanks. And I think they are meant to be running the O2. I don't know, remember what they're called, but the stations where you can fill your spacesuit with air. O2 filling stations or whatever they're called. So I think we're gonna take a look at that, and then we're probably gonna put some of. I made a bunch of thrusters the other day. We're gonna put some of those underneath the death cube, even though I think we have 4 thrusters underneath the first death cube, the one that says death cube over there. There's 4 big thrusters down under that. And actually me and Jesus tested it last night, and those 4 big ass thrusters can actually carry this whole thing. Yeah, there's one of them right there. But of course that's probably because there's nothing in the cargo boxes, so yeah. It only has to carry the actual structure. There's not much inside the structure, as you could see earlier. But yeah, let's just go grab some food real quick. We're gonna need that. Food is a little crazy in this game. Oh, we're getting attacked. We're also gonna need some weapons on the Death Cube. Lots of weapons. It is called the Death Cube after all. Yeah, we'll do that later. Rocket launcher. God damn. First. Yeah, this is Jesus's craft. Don't remember how to get in. The fuck is this? Don't think I've seen this before. There's some big ass generators in there. Pyramid. Kind of. How the fuck do we get in? This is new. Goddamn scorpions. Ah, those little ones are so fucking annoying. Oh, got a live one. This is some pretty heavy equipment. I don't think I've seen these big generators yet. I can see he has a thruster there on the right. Maybe he's trying to make like a ship or something with everything, where everything is like hidden inside of the ship. Inside of the ship. Looks like it. What is this? That's a thruster. Holy shit! Ah, that's the biggest one I've seen so far. Extra large. And this generator is also fucking huge. Oh, we're getting radiation. We have some of these O2 tanks too. Don't know what this is. Sit tank. Okay, so it looks like he's upgraded a lot of his stuff to the big stuff. And there's just one seed in here, but yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm guessing this is probably a capital vessel, right? Where can I see that? Yeah, capital vessel, Raven VF. He's got a little open garden there. Food area, creation, and fridge. What's this? Thruster. Okay. So I thought, I don't know, was this a capital vessel too? Starduster. Yeah, there's also a capital vessel. Okay, so it looks like Jesus has been busy. Yeah, let's go grab some food. The garden is right in here in this red brown building here. And maybe a pizza. Let's eat a pepperoni pizza. No. Very nice. And yeah, I don't know. The garden is one of the things I'm a little like on. What do you call it? I haven't really figured out exactly how I want to do that. But there are these rooms in the Death Cube here with a lot of like windows. Like this one in here, for example. These corner rooms have a lot of windows, like this room, for example. I don't know if it's big enough to like house a garden, but since the garden is a lot of edibles we can use in food production, I was thinking maybe put a garden here and then kind of extend it into the other corner over here on a different level, of course. And then maybe have the kitchen in between. And then maybe we could put up some windows so you can like see from one greenhouse to the other greenhouse, and then you have some tables and chairs where you can sit and eat. Let's actually go over here. No, not there. In there. Something kind of like this. This is just something I slammed down really quickly, except for the bad colors. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, maybe there could be like a garden here, and then an eating and a cooking area, and then the rest of the garden in here. Then put up some windows on the sides so you can see like through the whole thing and have like a nice, I don't know, jungle vibe or something. Some kind of cool little greenhouse. But yeah, let's see. Let's go. Guess we don't have to go to the base. I think I can see it from here. Because I built a lot of stuff. There's all the thrusters there, 32. We're probably not gonna need that many, at least for now. We have a lot of ventilators. We're gonna need some. I'm a little uncertain of how much O2 we need to like run this also because this is only 1/3 of the entire structure. But there's that elevator in the middle that kind of yeah, that's gonna end up connecting the whole structure, yeah. With open space. Oh yeah. And then we have these big O2 tanks here. I think they are meant to I actually don't know where my O2 tank is. I think it's up on the bridge. I think those O2 tanks in the... No, it's not. I don't remember where I put it. But I think those O2 tanks in the basement are running those O2 tanks. Or O2 resupply. I forget what they're called. It's like an O2 station where you can fill up your space suit. Ugh, oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's just called O2 station, yeah. And then it fills it up down here. I think that's how it works. Okay, so we need some. Let's try to go down and build a small O2 tank. Exit. Ah, these colors are fucking terrible. Sorry, Jesus. Colors are later. That'll come later. But I have thought a little bit about colors. I don't know, maybe I'll make each floor or each like area a certain design or color or texture. Capital. Then we need O2. The graphic designer that decided that the box where you're pointing is on top of everything else is a fucking dumbass. This is so annoying. Put the box over here in the middle where there's nothing anyway. Because you're searching for something and it's like, you're covering what you're looking at. I think it should be on this page. Yeah. So the end result of that graphic design layout is that it's just easier to search for it. Looking for it is gonna fuck you up. Okay, so that is... let me see. Isn't it F4? Is that the biggest O2 tank for Capital? Yeah. Because the question is, do I really need to separate the O2 station and the airflow of the structure, or can they run on the same system? Does it have to be two separate systems? Is the question. And does a ventilator... can I use a ventilator in the walls? Let me just see what do I need. I need water tank, generator, and ventilator. The ventilator needs to be next to the... Let's do an experiment. Let's build a small generator, a small O2, and a small fuel, and then we're gonna bring some fuel and some air. Wait, why is this food here? Seems wrong. Put that on the cube in the fridge. And now we need to move this. What am I? Yeah, air. Okay, that's some air. We got some fuel. I just want to move this to mine because I think I made those yesterday. Oh my god. Okay, that's not room. Room. Always a problem. And then we need ventilators. Might as well put the thrusters over there. I'm gonna need those later. Gravity, I need to learn how to use that too. Yeah, and then let's see here. Output. Okay, so we have a small tank, ventilator, and a fuel tank, and a generator. I don't know why I wrote generator 2 times, but yeah, one of these was supposed to be fuel tank. So you need 4 different items, 4 different devices to get airflow, it looks like. These 4. Let's go put those in a room and then see if we can... my hope is that we can put that in one room and then on the wall to the next room maybe put a ventilator up in the corner and then it would just like drag it through. I don't know if it works like that, but let's find out. Should be empty room over here. Yeah, completely empty. And completely sealed. Okay, so right now there is... two oxygen tanks down in the engine room. So let's see. These doors are airtight. That blue little force field there, you can see it by that being there. So let's try to put these things down here. And then of course we need to fill the tanks with fuel and O2. So let's start with only this one, so does that matter? Okay. O2, fuel. Okay, I thought that would be a little smaller, but okay. Put that up there, and then we need a ventilator. And then, how do I check if was it debug mode? Is everything turned on? There we go. Okay, so these little diamonds here, or eight-sided die, whatever you want to call them, should signify where this airflow bleeds into, I guess you could say. It should not bleed in any of these rooms right now. Should be sealed. Yeah, and they are. Okay. Then the question is, if I put a ventilator up in that corner, will it bleed into this room? Because that would be a pretty simple way of keeping everything airtight and yet connected, I guess. If that doesn't work, we can like ditch the idea that every room is a concealed chamber, and then just swap out the doors with the non airtight doors, I think. Of course, most of these things are just speculations. Okay, so now we removed. No, wait. I forgot something. Because there's a hole up here. There's like. This is. Come on. This is open to the outside. I forgot about that actually. Fuck. Because I was just about to say this hole should make it flow in here, but of course this ruins it because this is no longer a confined space. Okay, then let's try to knock down the door instead. That might be the solution. What am I trying to do? We need blocks. Bada boom. Now it's a sealed chamber. Let's try to remove these doors. Well, then that bleeds into here. Okay. Hmm. That is probably the easiest way of doing it. And then you don't have to put those ventilators everywhere. I am probably gonna put some pipes up by the ceiling just to make it look a little more like a place with ventilation, you know, like a factory or something. Just for visuals. Let's see. I don't think do I have any. Oh wait, I think I can select that on the dorm menu here. I can see the green one where it says yes. That's whether or not it's airtight. So let's try to put a non-airtight door in. And see if it works as intended. This of course means that, yeah, it seems like that works. Every room is no longer a confined space. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. So the air bleeds through the door. Now the next question is, what if I remove the generator, the fuel tank, or the O2 from here, and just keep the ventilator? Because we have a generator, a fuel tank, and an O2 tank down in the engine room. Will this shit run with the gear from down there, the devices from down there? That's the question. Let's try to start with removing this. What we're looking for is these blue O2 things. If they will disappear. Okay, so it seems like we don't need the generator because there's already a generator down in the engine room. What about the fuel? Seems like it's working. Because that would be kind of cool, because then I can just gather everything at one spot. Okay, so it looks like we can actually do that. That is fucking badass. I love that. Because then this, we need the ventilator. Let me just remove it just to prove a point. Then, yeah, then they disappear. Okay. Oops. Maybe I can put the ventilator down in that room too. Huh. And then that bleeds into here. Yeah. And this should still be sealed. That's the old doors. Yeah, this is sealed. Down here, I have like a engine room here, engine room 1, engine room 2. They basically look the same. The only difference is the first one here has the server rack, or whatever it's called. This one, CPU extender, and that's for this. I think that's for no, not that menu. This menu, where you can access all the boxes no matter where you are on the ship, which is extremely nice. But yeah, what I was getting at is that we have the two of these huge fuel tanks, one on each side. We have two of these. Oh, help me out. Two of these giant O2 tanks, and we do have two of these giant generators. And if those ventilators can run on this, even though they're not in the same space, but they are on the same craft, um, and that just makes it so much more easy. Because then I could probably put just put a ventilator down here somewhere, like, I don't know, over here maybe. But is one ventilator enough to run the entire ship? That's the question. Kinda looks that way. But yeah, let's just put in 2 of those, one in each engine room. Bada bing, bada boom. And then the engine rooms are flowing. Then let's go remove this one up here. Oh, was it the other side? Yeah. There we go. Automatic door 3, automatic door 1. I don't know. Because we can make it like this, but it also makes the ship vulnerable. Because if we get attacked and someone shoots down like just one window, we're compromised. It's kind of like air conditioning, you know. You gotta keep all the doors closed, otherwise it doesn't work as intended. It's basically the same. So if this is open, it's gonna ruin the airflow, right? Let me just try that. If this window gets destroyed. Oops, what? I'll remove one of these windows. Yeah, and then it's probably gonna fuck up this, yeah. It's gonna fuck up everything. So it makes the structure very vulnerable to attack. Which could be a problem. The other option would be to put a little ventilator in every room. Right? Yeah. Which is not that, of course, that's 27 ventilators, but oh no, yeah, the middle is connected, but 25 or something like that. No, wait, it's 6 levels, so 21 21 or 22 ventilators. But then technically, if one room got shot up by yeah, rocket launcher or some shit, the rest of the ship would still have airflow, and only that room would be compromised. Think like think of like a submarine where they have those hatches everywhere. So if there comes water in, they can always like seal that chamber, and then everything else is good. That's kind of the philosophy I'm going for. Because I don't know how insane those enemies are gonna be. And I feel like a window is probably gonna be shut up really easily. And it is the death cube. It's not the funny, happy playtime cube. It's the death cube. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see, I already built some ventilator. 9, 10. So we just need like 12 more. And because the rooms are so big, we definitely have room for more ventilators. So it wouldn't really be a problem. How much room? No power. Energy. Because it probably costs quite a lot to run that many generators, though. In electricity. Decisions. So it would be a little fucked up if you're standing on the bridge and then you get shot in the back and then all of a sudden there's no fucking air. And I was thinking about making, I think, is that in here, those pipes are? So I was told. I think it's these. I was thinking about putting some of these pipes up in places anyway. Oh wait, I'm getting lost. So I guess we could make like a design where maybe there's one of these somewhere in every room, maybe up there. How does that look? Looks so fucking great. Oh, fuck, I fucked it up. There we go. Oh. And blue ones. Oh no, that looks kinda shitty though. I don't know how I feel about that. Can we get bigger pipes so it actually like fits that circular hole? That one maybe? But then you don't get the... Maybe there's like, what the fuck do you call that? Not a cone, but a cone with the tip cut off. Yeah, like that. Or maybe we can fit one of these fat ones with that one, and then it should go down to that one. And then we get these corners and bends and dividers. Let's try that. Because I think that probably will look better. Yeah, like that. That'll probably look better, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. And then... Kill those guys. There's a guy out there. I don't know if you can see it. He's way out there. There we go. I don't know, man. That kind of looks like shit to me, honestly. It works as intended. These building systems in this game are actually very good. There's a lot of different options, but this looks like fucking shit, man. I kind of need to know, because we could put in those armored windows, which would help with the blowing out a window danger, whatever it's called, risk. I need to know how strong our enemies are, because I don't really know. If they can just fire one missile at the side of this room, for example, from the outside, and then blow up 4 of these windows, then this entire structure is completely fucked. Kind of depends on what we want to do. Of course, this pipe shit is just cosmetic. It doesn't really need to be there. So we could also just like maybe hide it like down in the corner or something. Like that. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know there was a menu for this. Wait a minute. Ventilator cylinder thin. Okay. So we could basically just put one of these somewhere. Oh. Yeah, like that up in the corner. And it should work, right? Okay. I don't know, I'm not sure what happened, but I think I read somewhere that if you... What did it say? If you turn off the ventilator manually, you lose the oxygen. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe we just spent all the oxygen. The oxygen is very low. Why is that turned off? Did I do that? Maybe I did. Okay, it turns off by itself. That's probably because it's low. What if we refill it? A death cube. Okay, so it's almost full. Does that help? I didn't know you could. That's so amazing. This game keeps amazing you. Then we don't need any of that. Those. I thought we needed those like the big cube ventilator. But we can just. There's different kinds of those. There's even one. Let's try to. Let's see. This is the. I should probably move these doors. Yeah. Let's try to remove these doors and put in the old ones just to make everything the way it was. What? There we go. make this airtight. One there. Then it's gonna cut off there. Yeah, that's what we want. Oh, I think I accidentally fucked something up here. Repair that real quick. Okay. Because then let's say that here there's one of those fancy little ones on the wall. We could easily put one of those in each room, and yeah, you wouldn't even fucking notice. But there's also this one. And then I think that will fit in nicely with the pipe stuff. So let's try to make some pipes that go from one side to the other here, for example. Let's say it comes out like there. Then we take a block. A corner. And turn that. And then a straight one. Boom, boom, boom. It looks like it's working. So basically all of these are cosmetic, but that one is actually a secret ventilator. That's fucking amazing. This is way better than I actually imagined. Oh wait, what are all these small ones? Is it just where I'm pointing? Yeah, I think so. Seems like they pop up when I get close. That will totally work. This makes everything more easy. So conclusion, we can run all airflow to the rooms and to the filling station from the O2 containers or O2 tanks down in the engine rooms. And we can basically the visual we can make make that look however you want. We can use pipes. This is a fake. Oh yeah, this is actually a ventilator. The rest of it is just cosmetic pipe. Or we could use these small little ones you can put in the corner. Let's just try a different one for fun, like this flat one. So that's a big one, but flat. Maybe we can use those out in the elevator area where everything is like big and fancy. Let's try to put one out there right now, actually, just for the hell of it. This area is gonna be going through the entire structure. So you can always get up and down and everywhere you need to be from the middle, the core of the cube. Oh wait, that's... Oh, we just need to turn it. There we go. Let's just put one right there. Yeah, that works beautiful, and then it bleeds, of course, into this area. And we're gonna connect to the lower levels through the floor here, and that's then the O2 is gonna bleed. So the entire elevator shaft, I guess you could call it, is of course gonna be technically one big room, but that's fine. It's the core of the ship, so that is fucking amazing. I think that's gonna work great. Huh. But yeah, I need to go take a piss. I'll be right back, guys. see you in a couple of minutes. Bye! Alright. And we are back. Let's have a little shot here. This is for you. Ugh. I really can't speak tonight. This one is for you, Klaus. Thanks for all the good times. See you on the other side. But yeah. That is fucking amazing. So it really seems like we can... I thought this would be way more work. So I think technically all we need to do is just place a little hidden ventilator in all rooms. And I was kind of going to do that with cosmetics anyway. Maybe not in all the rooms, but make like some pipes here and there, here and there. Make it look, yeah, industrial, you know. Like, oh, what the fuck were... Oh, it was actually in this room. I like those pipes there. Put some of those in some of the rooms. Because we need to like... maybe we could use different kind of ventilators on each floor or something like that. We need like some themes. I know that the floor where there's gonna be the med bay and stuff like that, I also want to build like a secret lab Because we have this is actually the med bay here, but I found these cool tubes and these cryo chambers, and I think we're probably gonna make a room that doesn't really serve any purpose, but it's just a secret lab for fun. And then of course we need some pipes on the walls and trying to build like a certain atmosphere, make the walls look like, I don't know, maybe, yeah, like a hospital or something like that, like a laboratory basically. Try to put maybe some brighter colors on the walls here. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way white, but of course it's already gray, so it doesn't really change that much, but just remove those blue ones. Let's actually try to go all white here. Just as an example. Can we paint the palm tree? Yeah, we're gonna find some kind of cool laboratory color. Make it like stand out from the rest, stuff like that. Go get them. But yeah, we're gonna need some more work on that. But yeah, just to get a general idea where, say, you're coming from. Of course, this is also gray, so it's not that much of a color difference. But yeah, like you're going into like a sanitary area. Now we can paint these. Something like that. Could paint the doors too, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be one of the later steps, trying to get everything. Is it lagging? Oh. Get everything. Get some themes in there, just like the garden, for example, is gonna be basically the opposite of this, where it's like not a hospital that needs to be sterilized by bleach and stuff like that, but the opposite. Yeah, make like a nice jungle environment. But I'm so happy about that ventilation shit. Seems like that's gonna be way easier than I thought. We just need a little ventilator in every room. But because we are where we are in the project, I can't really put all the ventilators in yet. Because, for example, this med bay area we're in here, this is probably not even gonna be here. This room is probably gonna be on the floor below this or below that. So right now we are on the 5th floor technically, and the bridge is on the 6th floor. No, we are on the 6th. Okay, so we have 6 and 5 here, but we're gonna have 4, 3, 2, 1. Um, I have a lot of sketches and a lot of, yeah, I'm trying to get my head around all of this, because this is a giant structure. It's basically like a building, a fucking shopping mall. The lower levels are probably gonna be parking, like docking areas where people can put their hovercraft, their small spaceships. Cause let's see, we were testing the other. I don't think we can connect capital vessels, but we can connect small vessels and capital vessels. I think that's how it goes. And of course, people can park up on the roof, but it would be nice that we have a place where we can close the door. Yeah, speaking of airflow. Um, so I think the lowest level is probably gonna be like a docking bay with some big, I don't remember what they're called, like hangar doors with force fields so the air stays in. Because that would open up the opportunity for people to, let's say, Jesus had a little ship down there, and I'm up on the bridge and we're warping somewhere, he could technically go and build on his ship while we're traveling, because it counts as being inside or on a planet with high enough oxygen levels to breathe. And we wouldn't have that up on the roof, of course, because that's yeah, that's good. This up here, this parking lot up here is gonna be in space. There's, yeah, you only have the air you have in your spacesuit. So let's say those two ships over there in the back, for example, or the way over there, that's Archer's ships. If they were parked right here and right over there, he can't. Of course, he can build on them because we have those spacesuits, but they only last for that long, you know. Then you gotta go refill them. So I think the bottom level 3. No, I'm actually because each cube has 2 floors. So that's gonna be level 1 is probably gonna be a big airlock for exiting on foot. And then the rest of those 9 rooms are probably gonna be turned into like a docking bay where you can basically fly right in. And the general idea is, of course, we can fly to another, warp to another solar system, and then use this as a space station. Then we can jump in our small planes, some small spaceships, and then we can fly from the mothership down to the ground on the planet, munch up all the resources, and then fly back up and put it in a cargo bay, a cargo room here, and then fly to the next planet and then repeat. Thanks for the follow, Xmose. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to the stream, man. But it seems like all of that should be possible. I don't really see any. The only issue is those windows, I guess. Cyber Knight is on sale. You're always welcome to lurk, motherfucker. I'm just chilling. I'm trying to figure out how this ventilation works. But yeah, it seems like it works super well. So all I really need is... how many did I have? I just need one of those for every room, and we're gonna end up with... 27, right? Let me just get my fucking calculator again here. So 9 rooms per level times 3, yeah, 27 minus the elevator in the middle, which is 6, so minus 6. But we do need 1 in there, so that's plus 1. So yeah, 22. We're gonna need 22 ventilators, and I don't think that's a problem. I think we can handle that. And then we should basically be able to get confined. All rooms are confined little spaces, so if one room gets compromised by enemies or whatever, yeah, the rest should be fine. So we need, what's that? That's 14. I already have some installed though, but yeah, I don't think they're that expensive. I think we can handle that. Let's just make 22 to be safe. Are we out of fuel or something? Yep. There we go. That should do it. And while that's building... So for now, we're just gonna put those ventilators up in all rooms in these first... this first level of cubes, and then we'll put the other ones in later, and then I want to try to go and put that radar thing somewhere just to like get an idea of how that works. So let's just use this area. This one. We need to figure out how that works and how the gravity works. But in the smaller vessels, I also have one of these, and they work really well. Basically, it just, yeah, like a radar. It sends out a ping, and then it tells you where all the goodies are. But I have no idea how large this is. It's pretty large, okay. Is there any options? No. Okay. Because I was thinking about maybe making a navigation room or something like that, but since it's only one block, we could just... oh, I thought that was the bridge. Maybe we could like just put it on the bridge to save space. But we have so many rooms that we might as well just fucking... could make a whole room just for this, and then put some funny, like these, like some consoles and stuff around it. Make like a bridge, navigation, and then maybe a room for, I don't know how the weapon systems work. I think it's all automatic. But I'm willing to go pretty far for roleplay reasons. So how do we use? Yeah, and then all of these pops up. All these all the white ones. So when you're in a small ship, you can basically just ping your radar, and then it shows all the points of interest. Basically, it is very simple. Worked great. Bloop 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 bloop. So that works exactly the same. Okay, that's fine. That's great. And then we had the gravity. I need to read that, but I think the gravity works like if you have the device, then there's probably a sphere around that device, and that's like the area of effect. But yeah, I'm not completely sure about that. That's just my thoughts on it. The group variant menu. Let's try that. Mass and volume specified below apply only to the current block group. I don't. Use Control F to pre-place the device and preview its range. That's what we need. Well, you can move freely. In preview mode, you can also see a preview of the range of all devices of this type. Yeah, because we might, depending on the range or the area of effect, we probably need more than one, I would guess, because this structure is gonna be fucking big. Okay, this is 4 by 2 by 2. So it's pretty big. Let's try to go to maybe the engine room and click, what was it, Control F or something. Can we put in that? I think we have an empty space over here. Yeah. Okay, so if we click Control F, let's try. Oh, this was. But does that line like end something? The fuck are we looking for? Hmm. What if I put on that debugging? Is that it? Center of mass? Nah. let's see if this line like ends somewhere. Just keeps going. Okay, so it looks like it stops somewhere inside this building. Okay, I think it's hitting the roof there. Yeah, so it's somewhere inside that roof. Let's try to go on the other side here. Hello? What the fuck is happening? Okay, now it makes a little more sense. Okay, so it is a big sphere. Okay. But it is way bigger than I thought. But that's great. That's just wonderful. So everything within this big ass blue sphere is covered. And let's see, these 3 or 9 cubes here, we're gonna have 2 more layers of those. So it's gonna be 3 and 3. So as long as we put that gravity thing, gravity generator, might be enough with 1 if we just put it like in the heart of the cube. Huh. It's definitely way bigger than I thought. But that's great. That's great. Because we do want we do want gravity. That's great. So yeah, we don't really have to fuck around with that much. I thought it would be way smaller than that. But yeah, that's great. Let's just go in and was it? No, wait, it was the empty one. But yeah, it's 2 by 2, so I can't get it completely like in the middle. And since we only have the top layer now, we're probably gonna end up putting it in the engine level, which is probably gonna be 4 or 3. So everything on this layer is gonna be moved 1 floor down, maybe 2. So for logic's sake, let's just put it in engine room 1. Yeah, something like that. And that should take care, at least for this, this 1/3 of the build should be completely covered now. And I think it's gonna cover everything. I think we can have those 27 cubes within this gravity field. So let's go check if those ventilators are done. Then just put some of those in these 9 rooms. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Wrong button. let's see, we don't really need these. That was just for experimenting. Maybe we can use that for something else. Yeah. I also made some landing gear, but since we are working now on the top layer, and we're gonna have 2 layers more of cubes beneath the layer we're working on now. Yeah, I should probably have waited with that, but hey, at least we have it. I guess we could put it on just for fun, but yeah. Could put it underneath here, but yeah, there's gonna be 2 more layers of cubes underneath this, so. Let's see. Let's be a little strategic about this. Okay, so we're gonna need this one. It was the mess hall and whoop. I think this is where I started, right? Nope. It's so easy to get lost. But yeah, at least you can put up those signs, so that's nice. Okay, here we are. So that's the little funny one. Let's just look at some of these variations. So that's like a, yeah, it has like a little angle to it. And we have the fat pipe, the small pipe. And I think that one is, it's the same as that one. Is this just a little, oh yeah, it's like, oh, maybe we can put that in like put it in the corner like that. There's definitely a lot of good options here, it seems like. Problem with, what? I thought the server was gonna crash there. Said problem with server, something something. We don't want no problems with the server. But it seems like there's like a lot of variations, and this little one is probably the most obvious one to use. And then we can change it later to this, the one I'm using next door, if we want like some pipes and stuff, make it more industrial, like this. Where, yeah, the entire pipe is basically cosmetic, but then this little part is actually a ventilator, but the rest is just cosmetic, which is very nice. I like this. It looks good, and it gives you a lot of options. Let's just remove these and start placing some of these small ones in the corner, just so we have them once. And we did change these doors back, yeah. There we go. There we go. We got airflow. I wonder how much air it will use for... yeah. How much O2 is gonna be used to keep all these areas. Oh, I'm dying of hunger. The hunger system in this game is a little crazy. You die very quickly if you don't have food. It's like, I feel like I would like a snack. And then you just die. It's a little crazy. But we have plenty of food now, and as soon as we've established a garden here on the ship, we're gonna have no problems at all. This is filled with air. Okay, so that's the entire top floor. Let's just go do the same here. Boom. Yep. Boom alone. That already has one. Let's just put it over there. Doesn't really matter. All of these things are gonna be changed a little bit later when all these rooms are. Gotta like make a what do you call it, like a floor plan, I think it's called. If you're building a new house, you know what's gonna be the bedroom, what's gonna be the toilet, what's gonna be the yada yada. I need like a floor plan, because right now we only have 2 floors out of 6. So I've jammed everything into those 2 floors. But yeah, I think that's might be it. There should be these little blue diamonds everywhere. Just gonna do a little circuit here. Yeah, looks like it's fine. I'm so happy this air system is built the way it is. That's really cool. Okay, so it looks like we got airflow everywhere. And then we can turn off this crazy show. We should probably move that O2 station though. To like the elevator here. Because this, yeah, level 6, level 5, yeah, this is where you're gonna be entering from the roof. Go. Put it there. So, if you come from the outside and you're not doing, okay, and you're not doing that good, you can just run down here,
grab some air, and you're good to go. But you would be, basically, you would be safe here. Even if this hatch or sideways door is open, that little blue force field should keep the air in here. Let me check that actually. That's what I was told. Yeah, looks like that's working. God damn. That's great. That's great. That's great. Some of the systems in this game is very good. There's a lot of those decisions where, you know how in game design um, fun trumps realism. There's a lot of those examples in this game. This is one of them with the airflow, because of course this doesn't really make sense in reality, but it just makes everything a little easier and a little more fun, and it opens up opportunities of decorating and building more on your terms. You don't actually have to put a O2 tank, a fuel tank, a generator, and what? But why? There's plenty of. Am I cracking? What? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. It's because we're out of fuel, so then it can't run the ventilators, right? So it's actually not the O2, it's the fuel that's the problem. It should start up now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Then I understand. Then I understand. Yeah, I wonder how much it like costs to run. Because these numbers, I am not a scientist. KT, what's that? Is that kilotons? PU. Current output and consumption. Kilo PU, what's that? Power units, maybe? I don't know. Okay, another cheers to our homie. Where did I put that picture? That is. Copy that. And I think we want camera, yeah. One of our homies died, so we're just paying our respects here today with a couple of shots. See you on the other side, homie. We will remember you. CPU usage. But if you look at the energy, the current output is 52 and our consumption is right now 2.0. So, yeah. We're running the ventilators, we're running the lights. We're not running the thrusters and all that. I don't know if the doors, I don't think they take any power. I think they just need to be, I don't think they count that. What if we, because yeah, we don't have any turrets or weapons just yet. So if we just run the lights and the oxygen, does this change? No. We only run. I would think that this would go down though. Hmm. Oh, now it stole all my oxygen. But yeah, I think that's because I manually shut it off. For some reason, you can't do that. Okay, so it went down a little bit with the lights. Like 0.1. But we don't have that many. We have some ceiling lights. So turn on the thrusters. Of course, we're not using them. So does that mean that the thrusters don't use power unless you're actually using them? It seems that way. Because otherwise this would get bigger. If that's the way it works, that is very nice. Because then I actually don't have to turn this off. I can just like leave it on. It seems that way. I don't know what pilot mode is or signals. But yeah, we'll learn one day. Device groups. Signals. Oh, so maybe you can like make your own. Maybe you can like say, yeah, for example, here there's gonna be 6 floors. Maybe we could make like a group for each floor, and then you can like shut them down individually. Like, I would guess it's probably something like that. And like customize it. I turned off those. But yeah. What the fuck is signals? Just Google that real quick. Oh my god, that's a whole tutorial. Can you just tell me what it is? Teleporters and shields. Lever and signals. Signals. Okay, we'll do that another time. I'm not gonna read a whole fucking 4-page tutorial. Oh, but yeah, maybe it has something to do with teleporters. Maybe it's like if you have a teleporter, you can set up a signal or beacon somewhere. I'm not really sure how those teleporters work, but here at the home base. Yes, yes. Shut up. we're probably wasting a lot of oxygen. But here at the home base, for example, would be a good idea to have be able to teleport here, if that's how it works. I don't know if you can even teleport, like from, let's say we were in another solar system. Can you teleport back here? I don't know. I don't know what the range on that is. Maybe we can find out. Let's try to find that teleporter. Capital vessel. Teleporter. Allows to teleport in the same sector. In the same sector. Cannot used when the vehicle is moving. Okay. So the same sector, I guess that's probably solar system. So we would be able to teleport from, let's see, we are on Masperon now. And we've scouted out Skillion. I think some of the other guys have been more, checking out more stuff. But yeah, I've only been to these two bottom ones. But if I understand it correctly, this is a sector, right? So you'll probably be able to teleport from Masperon to Omicron or Uapion. Or am I missing something? We are in the Ilion sector. Right? Oh my god, this is fucking huge. This game is fucking insane. But yeah, I would assume so. I might be wrong though, but okay, so it looks like the solar systems are named after the sun. Wasn't there a little? Yeah, so we are on one of the moons of the planet Crown. Crown sector. It says, oh, so a sector might be like Earth and its moon. It seems that way, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's not very far. All of those warp lines. Can you warp on? Huh. But then how do I get to this solar system? Isn't that what warp drives are for? From getting like... We can fly from the Earth to the moon, but we can't get to the Andromeda galaxy, for example. Isn't that what warp drives are for? Am I misunderstanding something? Hmm. Does it look? It looks like you can only. So okay, so you can warp to other planets. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna be missing something. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can warp from, let's say, the alien system here to Inkara, for example. But it's not showing warp lines here, though. There's still a lot of known unknowns in this game, as what the fuck is his name? I'm blanking out. Dick Cheney would say. Oh, and I actually do want to change this. Do we have any windows lying around? Uh, 1, 2, 3. I do want to change this. It's a little annoying that it takes up that much space. This is the base core of the ship. It needs to be there, and blah blah blah. Those cores are a little weird. I think it's a little foggy actually that you can move those, but yeah. It's one of those things where you need to prepare what you're doing. You need to be aware of that before you start the build. Capital. Let's just make one of those windows. I think we're gonna put that core inside like a a Snow White box, I guess you could call it, like encase it in Windows, just to save some space. That should do it. Oops. But it's fine. I think this room will probably just be. Maybe we can make this. Will probably end up being one of those secret labs or something. There's actually. Nah. Let's just put some windows around it. See how that looks. definitely saves a lot of space. And then we can give it color. See, it's green. Give it like a neon green. What's the complementary color of green? Is it red or yellow? Right? Am I cracking? I don't even fucking remember. I should know this by heart. Someone give me a color wheel. It's purple or... What's that? Is that violet? I think it is. Excuse me? The fuck just happened? Where the fuck did my color gun go? What? Did I put it on the ground? Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know how I did that. It was just because I tapped out of the window. Okay, but yeah, let's see. We need I think it's something like this. Maybe a little brighter. There we go. But yeah, so we can remove this. This is called the core. This is like whatever. Yeah, what makes this structure into a capital ship, as they call it, or like a space station. It's basically as a base, but a base that can fly in space. So this room, right now, this is the place where you exit the cube. But this is gonna be the 5th floor on the cube soon, very soon. So I think this room is not gonna be like the exit or airlock. This is just gonna be like, yeah, maybe we can make this into like a secret laboratory or some shit. With this in the middle, make it a little fun. Paint everything in some weird colors. I don't like that pink, it looks like shit. Let's just make it dark gray. But yeah, that's fine for now. Alright. Let's see what's next on the thrusters. Since we are working on level 5 out of 6, all the bottom thrusters that we put on this building is eventually gonna be removed. And right now we have 4 thrusters on the bottom of the first cube we made, which is the one with the writing on it, this one. We have these thrusters. And right now there's one in each corner of this individual cube. And that's actually enough to carry this entire structure. But that's because the storage compartments are not filled with materials. And when we take this cube to space or to orbit, we probably want to fill some of those storage compartments with materials before we do that. Otherwise, we just have to take a smaller ship and go back and forth a million times. So we're probably gonna need some of these thrusters installed. And I don't really know how many we need, because yeah, that has to do with weight in the end. The power of the thruster versus how much this structure weighs. But it's pretty easy to put things in and remove them and change them up, and yeah. But I don't know if I want to do that right now. It's the same with this landing gear. There's no reason to put landing gear on right now, because this, the thing we're looking at right now, is gonna be at the top. So we should probably power it down actually, and then maybe just go harvest some resources, easy peasy, just to like do something. Someone shooting. See the time. Let's go see if we can find a little meteor and just mine some random materials and have a couple of drinks. I have my big truck spaceship over there. I don't know if there's fuel on it though. Okay, so there's lots of fuel, not that much oxygen, but that's fine, because we're not leaving the planet right now. So we don't really need oxygen. Okay, let's do some silicon meteorite over there. Is that the only one? Well, at least the only one in our sights. Maybe we just grab that. What the fuck is this? Playfield server lost. Why does it say that? I'm not being kicked or anything. Oh, why it says that? Because if the server was restarted or something, what? Oh, I was trying to screenshot it, but yeah, too slow. Maybe it needs a restart. Oh, the brakes are not the best on this one. Let's see. Let me switch to the mining drill. Let me just get inside here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're mining. Let's just land. And make sure we're actually harvesting. There we go. And then we're gonna do the good old trick. I'm gonna put my fucking phone on the mouse button. And then we can do hands-free. Because this is gonna take a while. But that's fine. We need all the materials we can get. And I think we have a lot of silicone. But yeah, this is good for all kinds of weird stuff. So yeah, let's just chill out, have a couple of drinks, and yeah. And we'll end the stream here in, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something. But at least we learned more about how the airflow systems work. Honestly, I thought it would be way more, not complicated, but annoying. I thought we needed a... Let's see what I wrote down here. Yeah, I thought we needed an O2 tank, a generator, a ventilator, and a fuel tank in each room. But turns out we just need a ventilator in each room, so that's great. You don't... Honestly, oh yeah. You really don't need... You really only need one ventilator to actually get airflow in the whole base. But I think there's something cool about each room being like a separate entity, I guess you could say, where if the enemy takes out the windows in one room, it doesn't compromise the whole structure. And by doing it this way, by putting a ventilator, a little ventilator on the wall in each room, we can do that. So every room, all 27 rooms, no, it's not 27. Hang on. It's 27 times 2. All 54 rooms are gonna... oh, there's 2 of them. Stop beating up my truck, assholes. All 54 rooms are gonna be like a contained little chamber. Bye. And I think there's something cool about that. So if you're standing, let's say this is a room and the windows break, you can just walk into the next room and then you're good. Let's just make sure we are on the ground. Should probably actually kill the thrusters. Let's see. Consumption 0.2. It seems like as long as you're not flying up and down, forward, or whatever, the thrusters actually don't consume anything. It's just a visual. Which is nice. Let's go back to hands-free here. actually just make sure that it's going into to the right spot. Because then we can keep an eye on it. That little meter that it's not showing right now, but down here, that little 7.2%. That's our cargo space. We do have more cargo space than that, but that's that's one of the cargo chambers, I guess you could say. If that gets filled up, we can take everything from that, put it over into another storage area, then we can keep filling it up. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna fill it all the way up. Yeah, we'll see. Let's have another drink for the guy over there. See you on this. See you on the other side, Klaus. You were a fucking legend. I actually don't know if Klaus and his band, they had like an awesome Judas Priest jam band. I think they played other things too, but that was what they were like focusing on when I hung out with him the most. But I don't know if they ever recorded anything. I would guess they probably did. Because they were fucking great. Had a great singer, and yeah, Klaus was a guitar player, one of my old friends, who recently died, sadly, but it would be nice if maybe we could play some of their music or cover music. Because if you don't know Judas Priest, you should definitely check them out. It's a great fucking band, and they have one of those vocalists. What's his name? Rob Halford or something like that. Halford. He has one of those voices. The painkiller. I don't remember the lyrics, but yeah, they made some great albums. Breaking the law, breaking the law. I probably wouldn't be a good vocalist for a band like that. I'm more like the deep, growling vocals, like death metal vocals. That's what I've always loved the most. But I still love the music. It's great music, great riffs and all that. But it's a fucking shame, man, that we had to lose that guy, 'cause he's been representing metal all his life, and he was to the very end. And then he finally retired. I'm not gonna talk about what business he did on the side, 'cause it's a little sketchy, but fuck that. But he finally retired to the Philippines and like lived out his retirement dream, building like a little bar hotel thing. And then he fucking died in a motorcycle accident. It's so fucking... it's just the way it goes, man. Too few people actually get to live out their retirement, and that goes for everyone in this fucking world. The way it's set up right now, you know, you grow up, educate yourself. Could you shut up there in the background, monsters, alien freaks? You work your whole life, get a family, build up like a whole structure with a home, and get some kids, and yeah. And then you finally fucking retire, and yeah, then it's time to go. What the fuck is making all that noise? I don't see anyone. Oh, am I connected? Hello? I think it's one of those. There's an animal called a creeper. I think it's one of those. Oh, I see it. I see you, motherfucker. Goddamn sneaky bastard. Let's jump in back into the truck here. This power drill on the side here is a little better than my handheld drill here. Oh my god. There we go. Oh. But yeah, I really think if I was the king of the world, I would definitely lower the retirement age a lot. Like at least 10 years. People need to fucking reap the benefits of their hard work, you know. We all know, if we're not them ourselves, people who have worked their entire fucking lives. And then you reach, like, I don't know, 60, 70, depending on the country and your situation, and it's just way too late, man. It's like the calculation doesn't really add up, you know. You need to change the equation. And I'm not saying, because I know retirement is expensive for the government budget and yada yada yada, but you know, just like how many countries don't really take care of their war veterans and what can you say, like the weak people, the sick people, the people who have problems taking care of themselves. It should be a bigger priority. And that includes homeless people and mentally ill people and all that. People who have, instead of saying you're just a lazy fuck who doesn't want to work, you know, we really should take care of those weak people, the weakest people of the society, the weakest link. And I think we all know too that if we took better care of those people, more of those people would actually be able to integrate into a contributing role in society. Because maybe you're fucked in the head, but if your baseline is, I have a place to stay and I have food in my belly, a lot of those people, maybe 80% of those people, would actually be able to contribute to society. maybe not in the sense of a full-time job, but let's say you're fucked in the head, or you don't have any legs, or you're fucking blind or some shit, or you return from a war and now you have trouble functioning, you know, you can still do a lot of good, you know, you can still contribute. Maybe you can contribute as much as an able-bodied worker, but you can still contribute, and a lot of them I know want to contribute. But it's right, the way it's set up right now is you're either a part of it or you're on the outside. We need to open up a lot of those gray areas, you know. And I think that's too why the guy who's on the screen right now, you know, he made a lot of money in a sketchy way, and he retired in a different country, and I understand why he did that. Because if he wanted to retire at home here in Denmark, it just wouldn't be possible. You know, his dream was to build a new life in the Philippines, and because the Philippines economy is the way it is, he was able to do that. The sad thing is he didn't get to complete it and finish that. But that's just circumstance, you know. He was driving down the road on a motorcycle, got in a crash, and that's it. Sometimes that's all it takes. And I know that from my own life. My body is completely broken, and I am where I am, and it's a hell of a struggle. But hey, at least we're here streaming today, having some fun, having some drinks, remembering one of our friends, and sending some love and good thoughts out into the universe, because he was a great guy, and this world definitely needs more people like him. He didn't give a fuck who you were, as long as you were fucking real, you know. We need to create a world where there's room for human beings, where it's not just about how many hours you put in, man. Because it all depends, you know. The warrior who returns from war, maybe he didn't die in the war. What is it? I think the soldiers say that, what is it? I don't remember exactly how it goes. I think it's something like the heroes are the ones who didn't get to go home, you know. Well, then the guys who get to go home, maybe let's say they were in the military for a year or two, getting like the basic education, and then maybe they go to war for a couple of years, and then they return to a society that they can't really function in anymore, because they're fucking trained murderers and they've seen a lot of brutal shit that fucks with the human psyche. So a guy that puts in, let's say, 5 years of serious hard work, why do we leave those guys behind? You know, I know 5 years isn't shit, but it's 5 extremely intense years that traumatizes you for life. It's kind of like, I think it was Freud or Jung who said that growing up, you know, from childhood to adulthood, is a series. Everybody goes through a series of traumas. And a soldier, for example, he does that. If you intensify that that logic with, yeah, 100 or something, you know. 5 years in war is maybe like a lifetime of drama. You know what I mean? And that should be part of the equation. There's no reason to leave those guys behind like that. Because I think, of course, I don't know, but a lot of people that I personally know, they have a lot to offer, but they're basically not allowed. Because it's either you work a full-time job, or you fucking live on the street. You know, there's no in between. Or you're on what's it called, government paycheck, you know. And they pay you just enough to survive, but they don't pay you enough to get therapy and the things you really need, you know. And yeah, there's so many things that comes to mind, you know, because the politicians, of course, are all slime balls who are in politics to make money for themselves and their fucking friends. But my point is that most politicians want all the slaves to work as much as they can. And it's kind of like you're looking at a thing and everybody wants the same thing, but the people who are working specifically on that thing doesn't even realize that they could do so much better, you know, because there's so many people who are not allowed to be part of like the contributing part of society that really wants to, you know. The soldier who's been in war for how many years, doesn't matter, comes back and he's fucked up and he has a lot of trauma, and it's gonna stay with him forever. He can still contribute. He might not be able to contribute 8-10 hours a day, but maybe he can contribute 10 hours a week, you know. And most of those guys, the ones I know and have talked to, they want. What is going on? Why am I like? Oh, I turned off the power, didn't I? They want to contribute, you know. People also sometimes underestimate the power of contributing. Because what it gives you is yeah, it makes you feel like you're part of something, you know. And I think that's probably one of the most important things, because you can give a retired soldier with post-traumatic stress a lot of brain drugs, so he's just not there anymore, and he just, what can you say? It's a way of what's the right word? Disassociating. It's god damn it. I think I gotta do it. Gotta get over here. Taking a pill that forces you to forget or not care about or not worry about your problems is not the solution. I think it would be a way better solution to help them Some of them definitely need some drugs to calm down their emotion and their brain and the thought. They need to be able to sleep at night, shit like that. But yeah, it's such a shame that we don't focus more on it comes down to individual situations really, because Johnny over here and Brian over here might have been in the same situation, but their problems are different, and you know their solutions are different. If we could just focus a little more on that, we could get way more done. And those problems also come with a lot of those problems. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Can I get the fuck out of here? What's happening? Am I like stuck in the... What the fuck is happening? Oh, okay. There we go. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. A lot of people just want to belong, you know. Look at it like, look at the society like a family or a classroom, you know. You had some fucked up experiences, and then all of a sudden you need to sit outside the door. You're no longer allowed inside the classroom, you know. Oh, we're running out of fuel. Down there in the corner on the right. We have 3 minutes to get home. Oh shit. But because the politicians are so focused on, you can either maintain a full-time job or you're not part of the crew, you know. A lot of people just need to be able to be part of the crew for a few hours every week, you know. And at least they feel like they belong somewhere. That takes work because Johnny and Brian's situation are different. Oh my god. Let's just land right there. And then we should be able to get that off. Get out. And then we can transfer. Nope. Panzer ship. Oh, that's already open there. Database. Input. 800 goddamn silicon. Oh. We have a little bit of silicon already. Just a little bit. But yeah, I think the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because my friend Klaus over here, he I actually don't know if he was ever a soldier, maybe in his young days, but he's always been like an outsider, you know. If you ever played in a metal band, you know what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of those outsiders that actually want to contribute. They're just they end up getting pushed aside, but they have so much to contribute. People just don't realize it. It's kind of like art in general, where it's hard to put a price on. It's not hard to put a price on a piece of artwork, but the element that artwork in general, everything, music, paintings, television, video games, it's hard to put a number or like a value on what that contributes to society. you know. And that's why it's overlooked. Because the politicians can't put it into their statistics. So when, what was his name, Caesar said, all you need to give the people are theater and bread or something like that. They're just focused on the bread, you know. They completely forgot about the value of the theater. Because it's not a number value, it's an emotional value. Or something like that. Work hours are easy to count, but feelings, that's a different animal. Should we try to steal Archer's ship? Let's steal his ship. He will never know. What's this down here? Oh, does he have solar? Oh, he has solar. But this is part of the base, right? Can I press P here? Structure. Why can't I? Is this a base structure or what kind of structure is this? Like the platform here? Huh. Yeah, let's try to steal his ship. I don't know if there's any fuel, but probably. Ah yeah, he put it in the dead faction, we can totally steal it. Yeah, that's some fuel on. Let's see if it's any better than my truck. I would guess it. It probably is. Can I? What the fuck? Can I like see the ship from the outside? Why is it just going down there? Okay. I should probably just land. I don't know how to fly this thing. I don't know what I'm doing. What? Oh shit. Let me out. Oh my god, I'm stuck in here. Crouch seems to work. But yeah, you know what I mean. I'm trying to be very general here because there's so many. Oh shit. We need to move it a little forward. As a guy who has myself fought with the system for many years, I know how much it can really fuck you up. But when it comes down to it, we are all a part of this world. We're all a part of whichever society you come from, good or bad or whatever. And we could do so much better. to like get everyone on board. Meteorite incoming, yeah. Oh, I think I actually saw it over there. I don't think this is gonna reach. No. The ship radar way better. But yeah. Of course the politicians, you know, there's a reason why they love those 5-year plans. It's basically a way of saying, I know we have a problem, I'm gonna make a 5-year plan to make it better, because that means that we're gonna take care of it when it's no longer my responsibility. And I wish we could move away from that, you know. We need to take care of all those motherfuckers in this world that tomorrow tomorrow you could be in a car accident and then all of a sudden you have no arms and you can't see anymore, you know. What then you just have to live alone, isolated from the world, on fucking government benefits. What the fuck? No. Being on government benefits is just there's nothing wrong with that, but the point I'm trying to make is being isolated from society. That's like the there's no reason for that. A guy who's blind, who has no arms, can still contribute. He still has his legs and he can talk. And he probably has a pretty strong will to live. And he probably learned a lot of shit. And he probably took some kind of education. And yeah, you know what I mean? The world we live in today, you know. You don't always have to be able to show up at your workplace every day to actually contribute. We live in a digital age where as long as, yeah, I'm on Discord right now and whatnot. You could sit like this, you could stream something, you know, teach people, teach the young punks what not to do, and yeah, there's so many options. But because we can't put that into reliable statistics, we just don't bother even looking in that direction. It's a shame and it's fucking disgraceful. The guy with no arms and no eyes, you know, he probably paid his taxes his whole life. And then he got damaged. And now he's just not welcome anymore. That's not how it should be. It's wrong, man. I really love that. Like that building over there looks fucking badass. I feel like Arch is probably the guy who made like the coolest space stuff of all of us. Those two spacecrafts and the the parking I don't know what to call it, the parking device looks like something out of that Jodie Foster movie, Contact or whatever it's called. And this one also reminds me of something, I don't remember where it's from, maybe Star Trek or whatever. But yeah, I'm kind of pushing the design side of this game for later. I'm like, right now I just want to get that Death Cube down, like the general construction of a shopping mall in space, and then later I'll get to kind of like designing it. But yeah, when I look at that thing over there, I really like that. It's very simple. Basically, it's just solar panels on the roof, and I
think, I don't know, is it a garden or something? I don't actually know what this is. That's a constructor. What are those blue ones? That's for the solar panels. Oh, maybe it's just the... Okay, so it's just construction, seems like. It's just for these massive constructors. And then they're probably operated by the or powered by the solar panels on top, so he doesn't have to use fuel for them. Solar factory, yeah. Here's 0 fuel. I gotta get into more of these numbers here. But what kind of vessel is this? How do I see that? I think it was this page. Base. Okay, so he used a base core for this structure. Because I don't think you can put solar panels on a capital vessel or like a space station. I might be wrong about that. Because, of course, what I wanted to do with the Death Cube, if possible, was to put some solar panels on it. So we don't have to get fuel all the time. Would be nice if it could just yeah, if it could like run itself, you know. Placeable base. Base. Yeah. So if you seems like you can only use solar panels for on-ground base. You can't use it for base in space. That's a fucking shame. Why is that? Because if you're near a sun, didn't I grab some food? Oh wait, I put food on the. Oh, I gotta remember to take the food out of the fridge when I'm powering down, or it's gonna rot. Because I can see from a development standpoint, you know, if you had to let's say I have this space station here. I have solar panels on all of my walls. And then it has to calculate the distance to the nearest sun and whether or not my solar panels are picking up any of that sunlight and whether or not that's enough to generate electricity. I get that there's a lot of fucked up calculations there, but it would still be nice to have the option, you know, because yeah. I don't know. So does that mean that there's no way there's no way to run your space station sitting in orbit without adding fuel constantly? I think yes. Right? I don't think I at least know of any other options. Because I have some giant fuel tanks. But you still need to, put fuel into them. We should probably actually put some... Did I turn off the death cube? After I removed that food? I don't think I did. There's no reason to keep this running right now. Oh, I did. Let's actually just put some fuel over in the oven here. Okay, let's make... $250 and 250. Because we do go through a lot of fuel. We all have spaceships, we all have space stations. Just to have a little, some backup. But yeah, maybe there's a way. Can you put, I don't... Can you put solar panels on a small vessel? I don't think so. Because then that may be where if you have a space station, then maybe you could have a smaller ship. You could like, just like I have those parking spaces on the roof of the Death Cube. Then maybe I could park a couple of smaller crafts up there that then had solar panels on them. I don't think so. No. I think you can only add solar panels to the ground base. Placeable base, it says down there in the middle. So it's only base. That's a little weird actually that they made it like that. Because as I said before, I understand the game development programming issue that you have to constantly calculate how far you are from the nearest sun, yada yada. But come on. Do you really have to resupply your base constantly? What if I intentionally park my space station near a sun and then it could just run forever? Because I already need to I also need to add oxygen. Wait, am I on crack? Or it might be called O2. Yeah. Small vehicle, hovercraft, base, capital vessel. Yeah, because I don't think there's any way of making oxygen. Yeah, like the solar panels, you know, like what can you say, like passively creating O2. Water container. But yeah, let's just make some O2 too. Make a bunch of that. But yeah, of course AI is on the horizon, and we're starting to enter Act 2 of the AI adventure, where everyone is realizing that it's a great tool, but it's not great enough. You can't really sell it. You can invest in it, but there's not any money coming in. Not good enough to sell. You can take a picture of yourself, and then you can say, "Put me in a sexy dress." But that's it's great for memes, but you can't really sell that. So how can we? That's a whole other chapter. It's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But I think soon we'll see. They've already started to buy of each other. You know how it is with these fucking corporations. It's the same in the gaming world and the movie industry. They're all buying all the big fish are buying up all the small fish, so to speak. And the result is usually worse products for the computer. I'm getting a little drunk, guys. The result right now we're seeing is worse products for the consumer and higher prices. Because they're all trying to make everything into long-lasting, no expiration date commodity, so they can build a factory where they can mass produce these things. Let's say movies, for example, or pop stars, all the way from Britney Spears to Katy Perry. It's all the fucking same. It's not about playing in a band. It's not about being an artist and having something to say. It's about creating talent and then promoting talent to the masses. And because you control the media, they don't really have any other options. Therefore, they become popular. But then
the masses might be happy because they don't know better, but us on the fringes who've been in the art world our entire lives, we know better, you know. Everyone who ever started a band with their friends knows this shit. What, did we only have enough for 2? Really? Water container. Okay, so it's extracting O2 from the water? Huh. Yeah. I don't think I ever got any on my water things to work. Forgot where I think it was down here. Oh, no. God damn it. I don't want to put up the device, I want to pick up the water. Okay, we have space. Let's just pick that up. No, I'm doing this. Okay, and where did that... I think I fucked it up. Where did that water machine go? I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting a little drunk from all these shots. Okay, so we're not gonna pick up. Let's just pick up the water. Not allowed. Database input. I guess that makes sense. There is oxygen in water. Oh yeah, what the fuck was I just talking about? Yeah, we're talking about AI and all that. I forgot my train of thought, but yeah, you know how it is. Cheers. And this one's for you, Klaus. You were one of the great ones. See you on the other side. See what's going on down here in the secret lab. Oh, bedroom. Generators. Not much. Whee! But yeah, I suppose in the end it's all about everything's been so convoluted by this and that. In the end, it's all about, you know, when it comes down to it, all you can really do is take care of yourself and the people you love and the people around you. You know how it is, we all have our little circles. But in the greater picture, you know, I fucking wish they would wake up and understand that it's more about just taking care of your own fucking status. And I have 3 big $1 billion mansions that are paid by the taxpayers, and yeah, it's about time we move on from that shit. It's disgusting. Where does that red light come from? If you lived in a little village and oh, it's the porno light. I forgot about that. Yeah, because I figured out that you could change the light in these lamps. And then of course I wanted to make my... How is it I thought it was P, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, there's all these options on the individual lights, which are extremely cool. You can like make it blink. Oh fuck! Did I? Oh wait, that was the oxygen. I think I fucked it up. But yeah, let's not touch that. Did I turn it off? Why is it not? Is it turned off? Huh. I don't know what's happening. Okay. But yeah, enough is enough. I think I've been crying enough. Let's end the stream. Get the fuck out of here. You lived a beautiful life, Klaus. And we will see you in the next one. And yeah, it's been a while since we been online here on the stream, but it's great to be back, and hopefully we will bring you some more adventures. Take care, everybody. Treat each other nice, and love the ones around you. Hug your loved ones. Tell your kids you love them, and fuck all the bullshit. Don't be an asshole. Bye.